Okay, James, thank you very much. It's the Wildcats in their home opener tonight against the Greenville Lions, one of their oldest rivals. Wildcats come into the game 0-1. They lost on Saturday, 69-67 to Canton on the road. Greenville, this is their first game. So we shall see what we shall see. Greenville won the game last year against the Wildcats at Greenville, 56-46, 10-point win for Greenville 1 year ago. Tony Flippin, hard to know what to expect from either one of these teams.
All we can look at right now is how tall are they and how many are there. So we're pretty evenly matched up. I see Greenville's got about a 6'6" or 6'7" on crutches, so that I hate it for him, but I'm glad he's not lining up against us tonight because we don't have a 6'7".
Wildcats are going to be somewhat depleted in that they still have some key players on the football team.
Yeah, and no offense to the basketball program, but I hope they're shorthanded for about 3 or 4 more weeks.
Gio Ibarra and James Johnson in particular, two stalwart Wildcat defensive backs, are also Wildcat football players, and they will be a big part of this basketball team when the time comes.
Yep.
As far as I know, well, I do know one. There's one Greenville football player that I know of, and that's Chris Whitus, who was a wide receiver on the football team, and in fact, I think he scored a touchdown against the Wildcats in the game back in September at Gerald Prem Stadium. So we'll be watching for him, although he is not a starter. He's wearing his number 5 that he wore in football, so he'll be easy. Okay, I think we had an interruption there for a moment, but hopefully we are back like we should be on the air with KSST. This is Wildcats basketball. I'm Mark Dempsey along with Tony Flippin. James Terry is our producer in the KSST studio. Matt Jansen, our technical director and video producer. And we have an intern with us again. Carter Kephart will be our intern and primarily involved with producing the videos of the game that you will see on Channel 18 and on YouTube. And of course, this game is streaming tonight live on YouTube. So if you want to switch over to that, you can watch us and also listen to us as we come to you from Wildcat Gym tonight. Tony Flippin, we have a very different position here, which I like a lot. We're sitting behind the scorer's table, which I think is going to give us a whole lot better view of the ball game tonight.
It'll help us with fouls and so forth. We'll see how it works. I like it.
As Tony says, it'll be a whole lot easier to pick up the fouls as the officials come over to the scorer's table and indicate who got the foul. So for the Wildcats tonight, And a lot of these are unfamiliar names to us, but maybe not to you. Jensen Jumper, a sophomore, is a starter. Leland Walker, also a sophomore, will start tonight. Jackson Schubert, a senior, starting for the Wildcats. Corbin Argenbright, whom we know well from last year's basketball team and also an outstanding Wildcat baseball player. And a senior will be starting. And Jenner Hare, the sophomore, is starting. Of course, a lot of you will know the younger brother of Wildcat football star Jackson Hare. And
we've got 2 seniors and everybody else is sophomores, so this is going to be a learning experience.
And we are about to have the center jump, and let's see, the ball is chased down to the Greenville end. And a loose ball picked up, and now another loose ball picked up by the Wildcats coming back the other way. And into the corner on the near side, a three-pointer rims off. And Greenville with the rebound back up the floor. Lions in there traveling red jerseys and pants with a white inset on the shoulder. The Wildcats in their white home jerseys and white pants. Sulphur Springs in blue on the jersey and block letters and gold numbers outlined in blue. And here's a steal by Corbin Argenbright for Sulphur Springs. Driving and scores off the glass.
There we go. That's how to open it up.
Corbin Argenbright gets the first bucket of the home season anyway for the Wildcats, and Sulphur Springs takes a 2-0 lead. Pierre Dunn, the point guard for Greenville. Now they get it down low to Brendan Knoll, and up with the shot that's good.
Got his own rebound, put it right back up.
Game is tied at 2-2. Greenville, full court pressure in the backcourt.
Got to travel.
So the ball goes back over to Greenville. So for Greenville, Parker Jarvis is a starter, 5'8", senior. Pierre Dunn, the point guard. Damian Rodriguez, 5'10", sophomore, or actually a senior. Here's a shot in and out for Greenville.
And rebounded awful good for a long time.
Rebounded for the Wildcats by Jackson Schubert. And we have a foul.
Number 2, that's going to be his first, and of course team's first.
Damian Rodriguez draws the foul for Greenville. Sure is nice to have the referee come right over and hold that sign up right in front of you. Here's a ball taken away in the backcourt for Greenville. A spinning move, and the shot blocked for Sulphur Springs. There by, I think that's Jensen Jumper.
I think so.
Wildcats down the floor. Three-pointer for Sulphur Springs.
Followed it up with a three-pointer. You can't beat that. Block at one end and then a three-pointer.
Jensen Jumper, the three-pointer from the far side as the Wildcats move left to right. Sulphur Springs leads 5-2.
Good defense, forced the man around there, and he stepped on the line. So 2-3 zone defense for the Cats. Pretty active.
Inbounds play for Greenville in the backcourt again. The full court pressure here for Greenville.
Yeah, Greenville will probably do that all night. They thrive on turnovers.
And across the midcourt line, the Wildcats come with the ball. Taken away momentarily, but Wildcats get it back with Leland Walker, the sophomore, on the dribble. And
it's going to go on number 1, Greenville.
That is Parker Jarvis.
His first, team second.
Other starters for Greenville, Collis Elston, 6-foot guard, is a junior, and Brendan Knoll, a 6-foot senior, is the post player.
Greenville's playing more of a man-to-man.
Wildcats on offense in the front court. Ball knocked away by Pierre Dunn for Greenville, but then goes over the sideline over on the far side. Lions.
Greenville thrives on quickness and getting in the passing lanes, getting turnovers.
Lions remain on defense. Wildcats inbound on the far side with Corbin Argenbright throwing it in. Argenbright gets the ball back. Now another three-pointer here by Jensen Jumper. A little bit short. Loose ball on the floor taken by Sulphur Springs. And that is Corbin Argenbright. Yeah.
Little trash can duty right there. That looked good.
It's his second bucket, and the Wildcats lead it 7-2 over Greenville.
He's one you can feel assured he is never going to take a second off.
And baseline jumper for Greenville is good, and this is Collis Elston.
Yep. On
the left side, about 16 feet out, 7-4. Sulphur Springs leads. Wildcats get it across the midcourt line and a foul over on the far side.
It's going to be number 10, I believe. Yep, 10.
And
that's going to be his first, team third.
Collis Elston.
Number 10, Elston.
One thing's going to come into play normally for Greenville is they have a lot of fouls and you get to the line. So we'll see how we're doing on free throws once we get to that point.
Inbounds play for Sulphur Springs, working in the front court. This is Corbin Argenbright driving the baseline, back outside now for jumper, the three. Off the iron, no good, and the rebound chased down in the corner for Greenville.
I like what I see out of jumper. He gets good form, gets his feet under him. Made one out of three. Jump ball, going to go to the Wildcats.
Tie ball underneath the Greenville basket, and it will go back to Greenville as they were scrapping after that loose ball. Greenville is coached by Jeff Smith. And a little backstory there, a friend of mine and I coached Jeff Smith when he was in 6th grade in Greenville.
I used to referee him at Celeste and 2 or 3 of the smaller schools, even Trenton, I think. He's made the rounds.
He's a competitor.
Yes, he is.
And here's a shot for Greenville on a takeaway. Off, no good. Follow-up shot, no good. And the ball will go back to Sulphur Springs on the baseline.
Wildcats doing a good job of hustling. I don't think we've had a sub yet. Greenville's moved 2 or 3 of them out, but we're matching up pretty good with them. Greenville doesn't have a lot of height.
Harper Rice into the game for Parker Jarvis for Greenville. Inbounds play for the Wildcats, still working in the back court.
Good patience getting it across, working it against that backcourt pressure.
Now they get it across to Corbin Argenbright. That's jumper now in the corner for 3, and that shot off by T.J. Jones for Sulphur Springs. Rebound to Greenville, and here come the Lions with 3:42 in the first quarter, and Sulphur Springs leading 7-4. Greenville moving left to right. Nice backdoor cut and pass here.
Number 10 made it. Number 2, nope, 21 on the foul. That's Schubert.
Collis Elston, the backdoor cut basket.
Elston at the line, shooting 1.
And Schubert the foul for Sulphur Springs, you say?
Yes, sir.
I lost sight of who made that great pass for Greenville. Fantastic pass from outside the three-point arc. And now Elston at the line and makes the three-point play here. He has 5 points in the early going. Score is tied at 7. Sulphur Springs has led all the way until now. Full court pressure in the backcourt.
Persistent pressure. We're going to have to be able to pass the ball diagonal.
Argenbright finds a man at the free throw line. Shot missed by Jackson Schubert. Chased out of bounds, and it will go back to Greenville.
3:20 left in the first. There comes one sub. We look like we're decent on height. We look to be about 6 foot, 6'1", 6'2", right in there. Across the board.
Lions working the ball in the front court with Pierre Dunn as the point guard, going from his right to his left. Here's a bounce pass up high, knocked away by the Wildcats. A whistle and a foul.
Good hustle.
And it's going to be called on Greenville.
24. Noel, that's his first.
Brendan Noel.
And that's the fourth, so 3 minutes left basically in the next foul. We're going to shoot free throws. Like I said, Greenville gets after it.
Argenbright, the inbounds pass near midcourt over on the far side. Wildcats move right to left. Working in the front court here with the ball. And driving to the basket for Sulphur Springs. Jackson Schubert missed the shot. Got his own rebound back outside. And there's a three-pointer for the Wildcats.
Dwayne Ross for 3.
Dwayne Ross for 3. The sophomore just into the game a short time ago, and the Wildcats lead 10-7. 2.5 minutes to go first period. Sulphur Springs in a 2-3 zone, Tony.
Yeah, we'll probably be that, and that caused the turnover. Now they got a tip, so that's going to stay with Greenville.
Ball out of bounds on the near side, but off one of the Wildcats, so an inbounds play for Greenville.
I think we'll play zone pretty well all year, and as long as you're active, that's all right till you get somebody that can consistently hit threes from way out.
Leland Walker about to check back in for Sulphur Springs.
Number 3 for two-pointer.
Harper Rice for Greenville. 10-9, the Wildcats lead by 1. Corbin Argenbright gets it across the midcourt line. Now up high it goes. Now here's jumper for 3.
Nice.
Nails it.
Nice. That's his second.
Second three-pointer of the first period for Jensen Jumper, the sophomore for Sulphur Springs. 13.
He gets very comfortable. He's not rushing it and look real good.
13-9. Now going for the steal is Jumper.
Called timeout for the Wildcats. We retained the ball, so good job by Coach Mitchum.
Sulphur Springs timeout, and Wildcats lead at 13-9. This is Wildcats basketball on KSST. Wildcats basketball brought to you by Alliance Bank, BT Medical, City National Bank, Masco Equipment, Wesley House Assisted Living, Farm Country, Hooten's Hardware, CPI Technologies, and 903 Farm and Feed by the railroad tracks. The Wildcats lead at 13-9 with 1:41 left to go first quarter. Corbin Argenbright inbounds to Leland Walker. Here come the Wildcats on offense into the front court. In the corner on the near side. Now to Argenbright driving inside. The runner from 10 feet won't go. And the rebound to Greenville.
A lot of contact. I thought Argenbright could have gotten a free throw there, but no foul.
Parker Jarvis, the point guard, got the rebound, brings it up the floor. Greenville now working in the front court, and they try to go down low here to Emmanuel KMB, and he loses it over the baseline. And the ball goes back to the Wildcats. Argenbright inbounds for Sulphur Springs. Still working in the backcourt. Now gets it across the midcourt line to Dwayne Ross. And down low it goes for Sulphur Springs. And a basket off the glass from about 4 feet out. Is that Dwayne Ross again? That's TJ Jones with that one, Tony. TJ Jones with the basket there for Sulphur Springs. 15-9. Wildcats lead by 6, under a minute to go first quarter. Greenville in the front court with the ball moving left to right. Down low, they go back outside, a pass underneath, and taken away now by Sulphur Springs. That is TJ Jones.
I've got that as Dwayne Ross, number 10.
You're right. And here's a shot from way outside, air ball. And it's taken by Pierre Dunn for Greenville, coming back up the floor. 10 seconds in the quarter. Wildcats lead 15-9.
A pretty good opening quarter by the Cats with a bunch of sophomores and 2 seniors.
Ball knocked out of bounds over on the far side. Greenville will inbound on the near side, near midcourt. This is Collis Elston who will throw it in with 5.7 seconds showing on the clock. Wildcats up 15-9. And he goes to Pierre Dunn. Dunn going to his right. Now finds a man on the high post. And that is Brendan Knoll who misses at the buzzer. And we go to the second quarter with Greenville down to Sulphur Springs 15-9. This is Wildcats basketball on KSST.
All right, we're back here at Wildcat Gymnasium with a 30-29 Greenville lead at halftime. Got 8 minutes to let the boys get their breath and get ready to come back out. Opening game of the season and pretty well played so far. Not a lot of turnovers. Greenville is full court pressing all the way around, and we've handled it pretty good. We got 2 or 3 turnovers there in the second half of the second quarter, but for the most part, we're taking our patient stance, breaking the backcourt press and getting in there. The only thing I see negative is we're getting out-rebounded on Greenville's offensive board. They're a little more aggressive right there.
checking on the fouls, and we were pretty close. Jensen Jumper has 2 fouls rather than the 1 that we had him with, Tony.
Does he? Okay.
Leland Walker has 1. Yep. Jackson Schubert has 1. Corbin Argenbright has 1. Jenner Hare 1, and Deshaun Craddock.
Okay.
1 for Greenville. Parker Jarvis has 2. Damian Rodriguez has 1. Harper Rice has 1. Collis Elston has 2. Chris Whitus has 1. Matt Suarez has 1, and Brendan Knoll, their center, has 2.
Okay.
So the scoring now, I have to do this kind of on the fly. Boy, Jensen Jumper impressed us with 3 3-pointers in the first half. And a conventional 2-pointer, so he has 11. We've got Leland Walker with 4.
Yep.
Dwayne Ross with 5, and I incorrectly took one of his baskets and gave it to T.J. Jones at one point. So we have Dwayne Ross with 5. Jackson Schubert with 4.
Yep.
Corbin Argenbright with 5.
Yep.
Okay. And for Greenville, we have Pierre Dunn with 5, the point guard. We have Damian I've got one on. Got Damian Rodriguez with 6, perhaps.
That's what I got.
Okay, right. That makes sense. Then we've got Harper Rice with 7. Collis Elston with 7.
Yep.
Anthony Zarita with 1.
Yep.
Brendan Knoll with 4.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that should be.
They had a 21-point second quarter, so we've got to get that cleaned up. 2 or 3 of those were hustle putbacks, so we've got to get the rebounding. That's the one thing on a zone. Sometimes you don't put a body on somebody underneath. You kind of figure you've got numbers, but if somebody slips through, they can steal it from you.
Yeah. Wildcats' next game is at Van next Tuesday. They do not have a game Friday. I suspect they left Friday open, anticipating that Wildcat football would be.
Yep. They should. They should.
So there is no game Friday for the Wildcat basketball team. Next home game is Tuesday, December 9th against Athens, and we'll broadcast that game for you. Lady Cats are at Gilmer tonight. That game was originally scheduled as an afternoon affair, but at some point it got moved to a night game. And their next home game is versus Caddo Mills Tuesday, December 19th. And we will have that broadcast for you. Actually, let me check to see if that's the next home game or that's the next night home game. I think they have some other.
Yeah, they had a couple of afternoons the week of Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you're right.
They were 1:30 or something like that. Right.
So the next night home game is the 19th or the 19th against Caddo Mills. That'll be our next broadcast of Lady Cats basketball. Of course, Wildcat football team taking on Alvarado Friday night at Children's Health Stadium in Prosper, which is a spectacular high school facility, one of those unbelievable high school stadiums they have built.
I'm looking forward to that. I didn't get to go last year. This is 1-year anniversary of my knee replacement,
right.
So I couldn't have cared less last year.
Well, you missed a great game.
Yeah.
As Alvarado won it 42-39, I believe it was.
Something like that. Maybe I can get them over the top this year by attending the ball game. Well,
I think that there might be something to that. Alvarado, Tony, is 10-0. But I tell you, I was doing a little calculation on it today before I talked to Brandon Faircloth this afternoon. I believe their average score is 66-12.
But they play nobody.
That is the thing.
This is how anal I am. I wanted to find the entire state of Texas, all those scores on a spreadsheet, because I want the average score. Because I guarantee you, week 1, the average score is probably going to be a 25-point or more victory, because we got so many lopsided scores.
In the by-district rounds, you mean?
Round 1.
No, it was.
And I still may find that, but I'm not going to put them down myself.
Well,
if I can figure out a copy and paste, I'm going to do it, because you know my theory on round 1.
Yeah, well, and I share that. I think there's too many teams in the playoffs, and of course, if you're going to have 3, you would have to have 4, so it wouldn't do to I suppose you could have some buys.
They had some buys before, but it's too much. Football's too big to have participation trophy, and that's what it is when you got 1 against 4.
Now, another interesting thing is that Alvarado comes out of I believe it's 6-4A Division I. Their teams in the by-district round went 1-3. Alvarado was the only one that won again.
And we were 4-0.
4-0. Sulphur Springs 7-4A.
And even
Division I.
Even Paris, I believe, had the least score, and it was probably a 25-pointer.
Yeah, they easily handled Dallas Lincoln. So
who was the number 1 seed?
So I don't think there's any doubt Alvarado's a talented team.
Yeah. But they're not a 65-point-a-day juggernaut. I don't think. And then I pretty well guarantee you they haven't played a Sulphur Springs defense.
No, I can assure you of that. No.
So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be great atmosphere. I think the rain's supposed to leave Thursday. I think it's supposed to be upper 60s or something like that, so it should be comfortable outdoors. And I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a great ball game.
It was a great game last year, and again, their offensive statistics, when you look at them, are just eye-popping.
Yep.
Similar to what they had last year, but they were more than a match for the Wildcats last year. But who has gotten better? Has Sulphur Springs gotten better over the course of the year, or has Alvarado? Well, that's what's going to be interesting.
And the thing that's so good about Sulphur Springs is you take your star quarterback out week 1 in district, and everybody's kind of down, and we've really come up. Cooper has done just a yeoman's job, and at this point, the team has confidence in him. It's not that there's lack of ability. You've got to have a team that says, oh, no, our quarterback's down, or you got a team that says next man up can play.
Yep.
And that's what we're doing, and he's proved it.
Yeah, he's been fantastic. Mason Cooper, who stepped in for Deuce Timmons, the great Wildcat quarterback, when he went down on the very first play from scrimmage in the Salina game. But Wildcats, other than losing that game to Salina, have not missed a beat.
No.
So we are ready to go here with the second half, as Greenville will have the ball. And they will be moving from right to left. Again, we are sitting behind the scorers table and enjoying it very much here this evening. And if you're watching on YouTube, you are seeing that angle from behind the scorers table and close to the court. So Greenville gets the ball to start the first half, or the second half, and they move into the front court, leading by 1, 30-29.
Wildcats have not done any backcourt press that I have seen. We're just sitting in with that 2-3 zone.
Driving the baseline for Greenville is Collis Elliston.
Schubert. Second personal.
Yep, Jackson Schubert, the senior. Foul for Sulphur Springs, but it's an inbounds play on the baseline to the left of the Greenville basket as we look at it. They get it into the corner over on the far side. And now back outside it goes. A three-pointer is off, but Greenville the offensive board, and the putback is good.
That number 10. I think that was Elston.
Collis Elston. There'll be 9 points for him, and Greenville has their biggest lead at 3. 32-29, in and out. The three-pointer by Jensen Jumper for Sulphur Springs.
That looked awful good. I like his stroke.
Lions working on offense in the front court. They swing it around the perimeter. Sulphur Springs remains in a 2-3 zone.
And realize how many sophomores we got sitting in here.
Three-pointer off the iron, no good, by Pierre Dunn. Here come the Wildcats back up the floor after the rebound. Argenbright driving the baseline, misses a shot, gets it back, and follows the shot, but that one rolls off. And here come the Lions.
Tough luck. Good hustle by Argenbright. That's some walking, and we got it.
Traveling call against the Lions, trying to drive the baseline over on the far side. Tyler Mitchum, the head coach for the Wildcats in his second year, standing in front of us here, conferring with one of the officials. 32-29, Wildcats in the backcourt still contending with this Greenville full court pressure. Finally, they get it across the midcourt line. Into the corner it goes, whip it back outside, around to the far side. The three-pointer by Oregon Bright too long, and rebound to Greenville and a foul.
That's going to be 21 again.
Jackson Schubert.
That gets him 3. That one you don't want in the backcourt on a rebound.
32-29, Greenville leads.
That's a discipline foul. I'm going to get Schubert out.
Deshaun Craddock about to come in.
Didn't get it in time. We'll keep going.
Yeah. Deshaun Craddock will come in momentarily at the next buzzer.
That's offensive foul on number 1. That looked like a pulling guard.
Parker Jarvis. I have that as his third foul.
Third, yep. Their first.
Oregon Bright will inbound in front of us here.
We just got to get a little bit more crisp in our passing and getting across that mid-court line.
Goes to Jumper, to Walker. And a loose ball picked up by Oregon Bright. Turns and shoots from the right heel and gets his own rebound. Banks it off the glass for the bucket.
He will stay with it till there's no other options. So good job.
7 points for Corbin Argenbright. And the Wildcats down by 1, 32-31. Pierre Dunn has it taken away for Greenville.
Cut across that passing lane.
And here come the Wildcats. And Argenbright, a little too aggressive on the drive, gives up the ball. Lions get it back. Dunn on the run. And he has the ball knocked free. It's picked up by Sulphur Springs. Here come the Wildcats. And that is Jumper. Jensen with the runner in the lane, won't go.
Little Hully-Gully should pull that out. Get yourself set up. Don't go when you don't have the numbers.
Damian Rodriguez brings it across the midcourt line for Greenville. Lions lead at 32-31. Over on the far side it goes. Wildcats in their zone defense down low on the baseline. Jumper from 12 feet, no good, but Noel with the offensive board for Sulphur Springs back up with a little mini hook there. And puts it off the glass for the bucket. And the ball knocked free as the Wildcats get it in, but it's going to go back to Greenville, or go back to Sulphur Springs off Greenville.
Yeah, it looks like it's still our.
Noel has looked pretty strong.
Yeah, I thought he might have been on the back on that rebound, but he got by with it. He's the only big body that Greenville has.
Argenbright flirting with the 5-second call there on the inbounds play on the baseline. Wildcats finally get it across the midcourt line. Driving the baseline, that's Hare. Back outside to Argenbright, now to Jumper, driving, pulls up, shoots from 16 feet left side, good.
Good job of just staying under control. Again, I like what I see out of Jumper.
Good-looking young player.
Yep, sophomore.
13 points in the game. 34-33, the Lions down by 1. Greenville misses a shot, but they get it back. And the ball knocked free, but picked up again for Greenville by Damian Rodriguez, and his shot no good, and rebounded for Sulphur Springs by Deshaun Craddock. Here come the Wildcats. And here's Jumper, left side three, got it!
Nice.
Whoa.
He has got a smooth stroke. I think we're going to enjoy that this year.
16 points in the game. He has
his fourth three.
Yeah. And the Wildcats regained the lead at 36-34. Here's Rodriguez, way off the mark with a three.
Here we go.
And Argenbright with the rebound off the floor, ahead to Craddock off the glass for 2, and the Wildcats lead by 4 again.
Who was that, Craddock?
That was Craddock.
Good pass by Argenbright to lead him, and he finished.
4-point lead for Sulphur Springs, and good defense here by the Wildcats.
Leland Walker forced it off of the Greenville foot, and they lost it out of bounds. So we're putting a little defensive pressure on them and giving them a little dose of their own medicine. 3:15 left in the third. We're up 4, 38-34.
I was wondering where our inbound player was, and he had to chase the ball down in the
Some of those refs won't go get the ball.
That was Corbin Argenbright, so we had to wait there for a moment. Wildcats get it across the midcourt line. This is Jensen Jumper. Back to Walker, back to Jumper, to Craddock, and breaking down the lane is Jumper. A pass inside to him, but there's a whistle.
stepped on out of bounds did Greenville. They kind of stepped in to steal it. That was a good give and go.
Yeah.
They had it at the corner of the three-point line, threw it in the corner, went in and got it right back and had a layup, but we just couldn't quite finish.
Wildcats inbound on the baseline to the right of the Wildcat basket. Walker gets it in. They swing it around. So on the far side it goes. And now Craddock into the lane, into the corner.
Movement.
Yeah, a lot of ball movement here. And now we have a traveling call against Sulphur Springs. Was that Arden?
Hare just kind of got, he thought he had a body against him, and they moved, and sometimes she shuffles. So really good ball movement. It's a shame we didn't get an open shot out of that, but I like that movement.
Wildcats lead 38-34, 2:38 left to go in the third quarter. Greenville into the front court, working on that 2-3 Sulphur Springs zone. Here is a three-pointer for Greenville, rattles off, and there's a pretty blatant foul there for Sulphur Springs.
On Craddock, and
that will be his second foul.
Second.
Kind of reached out and shoved.
I've got it that's our third.
So going to the line, it is Harper Rice, who has 9 points in the game. Shot on the way, good. He's got a nice stroke there.
I've missed two of him. I've got him, that'll be 8. So
he had a basket early in this quarter.
I may have given that to Elston.
You know what, you might be right about that. And here's the second shot again. I think I may have just put it down on the wrong line.
I had it with Elston.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Either way, 2 points on the free throws. They're getting that full court press. So we're getting a lot of training off of that full court press.
38-36, Sulphur Springs leads it. Wildcats beat the press into the front court. That's Hare, I believe, in the corner. And down low it goes to Argenbright for a layup off the glass.
That was nothing but effort. He was not going to let that ball get away right there.
9 points for Corbin Argenbright, 40-36. The Wildcats up by 4. Who's timeout?
I don't know. It looks like maybe Argenbright might have got hit in the nose or something. He's going to the locker room with the trainer.
Oh, I see, right.
So great job by Argenbright. So this may just be an extra timeout for whoever. 40-36. That was vintage Argenbright there. He was down about at the 3-foot level against the floor, just going bulldoze, and ended up with the ball.
Yep. Wildcats led, or actually Greenville led at halftime, 30-29. Wildcats led at the end of the first quarter, 15-9. And now Sulphur Springs
36 right now
has regained the lead at 40-36. 2:09 left to go in the third quarter. Here comes Greenville.
We're going to have a barn burner toward the end. Let's see if these young cats can hang. Because Greenville's surely not in the playoffs. They got a full complement of their basketball players.
Greenville on attack. Here's a three-pointer to the bottom of the net for Greenville by Collis Elston.
That one looked pretty good there.
And that gives him 12 points in the game. And it's 40-39. Sulphur Springs a 1-point lead. Wildcats in the front court with the ball. In the corner on the near side. Now a pass to just outside the free throw lane. Around to the far side in the corner. Wildcats, a lot of passes here.
Good movement again. Everything's staying outside though.
Remember, no shot clock in high school basketball. Here is jumper for 3.
That looked
just
good.
Missed. Nice rotation, but did not go.
Just a hair short.
40-39. Greenville can take the lead on this possession.
And we're going in on 1 minute.
Driving the baseline, cut off. Back outside. The ball goes for Greenville.
I thought he was going to let him go. He did it. Good call by the official.
Traveling call.
Got a little lazy.
Harper Rice for Greenville.
Yep.
51 seconds on the clock here in the third quarter. Chris Whitus in the ball game for the Lions, and Anthony Zarita goes to the bench. Inbounds play on the far side for the Wildcats, and Jensen gets it in to Walker. Across the midcourt line, and Walker on a runner. Rattles off, no good, but the Wildcats get the offensive board. And now driving the right side, and a whistle.
Offense.
It's going to be an offensive foul.
That's a good call.
I have that as Craddock. No, 10.
No, it's going to be
That's Dwayne Ross.
It's his first. Good idea, but Greenville did a good job of holding their stance.
Dwayne Ross trying to drive inside and called for charging. So 26 seconds on the clock. Greenville has the ball.
I'm fine with that charging because that was an aggressive move toward the basket.
40-39, the Wildcats lead, tipped out of bounds by, I think, Walker, and Greenville keeps the ball.
17 seconds left.
Brendan Knoll, the big center who had been out of the ball game, comes back in, and sitting down is Emmanuel Kayembe.
That's a big boy.
Yeah.
I hope we can get by without fouling because they would be at the bonus if we foul. Looks like they're going to wait for one, hopefully.
11 seconds on the clock. They get it down low. Now it goes back outside, and a pull-up jumper is off and rebounded by Greenville on the offensive board with 1 second showing. Whitus for three, no good.
Good job of finishing out.
Harper Rice missed a shot. Lions got the rebound off the floor, and then the shot at the buzzer, no good. So we go to the fourth quarter. Sulphur Springs leading by one, 40-39. This is Wildcats basketball on KSST.